I'm here for the children. I think a child shouldn't know anything about sex.
So we're influencing young kids with what I would have called pornography when I was a kid.
When child porn in the school library was reported to the RCMP, they said it wasn't their jurisdiction.
Parents should raise children, not governments.
I feel like the majority of people that are actually well informed, they know the effects that these puberty blockers and hormones have.
Robert Kraychik here in Ottawa, Ontario, right in front of Parliament Hill, reporting for Rebel News at a demonstration of protest which the participants describe as motivated by opposition to what they call gender ideology and sexual indoctrination of children in public schools. We're going to speak to a bunch of these demonstrators and protesters, get their remarks, find out why they're here, what's motivating them, and we'll show that to you in a moment. If you folks out there in the audience agree that this needs to stop, please visit our website, stopclassroomgrooming.com, and sign our petition. What's your rationale? Why are you here today participating in this demonstration, and what's it about?
This demonstration is to protect kids and children, I believe, that haven't gone through puberty yet. They're not fully developed, so therefore they're in no place to decide what kind of bodies they should have.
When child porn in the school library was reported to the RCMP, they said it wasn't their jurisdiction. If it's not theirs, whose is it?
We're here about protecting the kids and the young generation from all the indoctrination, because their future is not bright if we let them do that.
We want to stand up for the children and for the parents too, that enough is enough. The children belong to the parents, and we do not want indoctrination in the schools, teaching them otherwise, strange ideology, stuff like that.
I'm here for the children. I think a child shouldn't know anything about sex, about what is consenting to be with another person. We should just let them grow and be whoever they want to be. And then when they're adults, if they want to have a choice of liking the same sex or whatever, it's okay. But children and like putting that ideas in their head to put like beta blockers and like make them like a different sex that nature made them, I don't agree with that. So I'm here for the children.
Parents should raise children, not governments. I'm also, when our government starts to choose one side over the other, that influences our children, because children always want to be part of the popular group. So we're making one group the popular group, then our children end up in that group. They might not necessarily have ever had an idea that they're trans or want to be trans, but they do want to be part of the popular group.
Yeah, I just don't think that it's right. I don't think that kids are old enough really to know anything about their gender necessarily. I don't think that they're old enough to consent to puberty blockers. At this point, I feel like the majority of people that are actually well informed, they know the effects that these puberty blockers and hormones have.
It's disrespect for parents, it's disrespect for voters. It's an agenda that we have never been consulted on, and they are introducing this in schools, in communities. Our mayors and councils and local communities have lost power.
We should not be sexualizing young kids. To me, I'm nearly 70 years old. This is grooming. This is my opinion of introducing it into the schools, specifically keeping it away from parents. So we're influencing young kids with what I would have called pornography when I was a kid.
So, Suzanne, when you say indoctrination, what kind of indoctrination are you talking about?
Sexualization and transgender ideology, which I believe that, and we all believe that people should be more mature to take the decision about that, not for the young to mess their mind about that because they don't know.
Like, we want to raise our children. We want to support our children with good decisions, and we have that right. The government is taking too many rights away from people. And at this point, they should know how selfish our Prime Minister is, because he should step down, do his party a favor, do the rest of Canada a favor, because the only person this man loves, this arrogant man, is himself. The person he sees in the mirror, that's who he loves most.
discussed?
I'm a former nurse. Nurses typically, we know the effects of hormones. It's not something that we would put on our patients without a lot of consideration. So doing this over just an idea about yourself that is likely to change, I just think it's wrong.
To try and influence young kids that there's this rainbow of genders between male and female, you're just confusing kids.
I was born and raised on a farm. I played with tractors as a child, and I'm so glad that I was raised in the 80s where no one thought that was weird or thought I had any sexual issue, and I suggested that I was born in the wrong body. Now I am an adult. I'm quite happy to live in my woman's body and still drive tractors today. And I want to stand up for all those kids that don't have voices, who might be told that maybe they're not playing with the right toys or something, because that's completely ridiculous. Just let kids be kids. Let them play as they play and enjoy their life.
I was standing across from a dough place with the sign. An RCMP car stopped at the red light. So I went up. I said, "Will you read my sign?" He looked over, read the sign, and this is what he did. He made a shrugging motion and a pray, because there's nothing they can do. They're being told they can't do anything.
People need to get it, unite together to do what's best for their children. And the table of conversation should be both sides, not just one-sided. And Trudeau only always has the side that benefits his selfish self.
Yeah, when kids grow up and they go through their changes to puberty and one thing another, they realize the difference. But if you stop that when they're young kids and start basically mutilating their bodies, which is what's happening. It's gone up hundreds of percent since we introduced the SOGI 1, 2, 3 into the schools. These kids are lonely. They've been left out. I understand that. But, you got to deal with the kids' feelings, and this is not a way of dealing with kids' feelings.
I'm not against, and the others either, of transgender. It might happen, but you have to be mature to take this decision.
It's disgusting, and there's no excuse. It's not about trans. I don't care what adults do. They can do whatever they want. They can have the same rights as us, the same. Not extra, not special, the same as we're all supposed to have. But when it comes to kids, parents are the law. They are the property of their parents.
Step down, Mr. Trudeau. Do your party a favor and the rest of Canada a favor, because I'm not pro-liberal, conservative, or anything else, but I am pro-children and pro-people. This man is arrogant and is not.
Dear Rebel News audience, if you value and appreciate our in-the-field, on-the-ground reports, please support our operations and contribute to us. And if you agree that this sort of thing needs to stop, sign our petition at stopclassroomgrooming.com.